Hi everybody, good morning and thank you for joining us at Event Mobile for a webinar on how to add more value to your association members and sponsors. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I know in New York it's not that pretty outside, it's a bit gray and gloomy outside, but again, it's the 23rd December. Christmas is right around the corner. Everybody's gearing up for the holidays. So irrespective of what it looks like outside the window, every day is beautiful right now. So thank you again for joining us on this beautiful day. And we're going to talk about how a mobile application for your events can add more value to your association members and sponsors. So Event2Mobile has been working with a number of associations and events related to associations for the last few years, like at least the last 6 years from what I can recall. And, our association clients include the likes of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, IABC, which is the International Association of Business Communicators, and SACSCOC, CCAOE, and tons and tons of association clients all over the United States as well as in Europe and Asia Pacific. And I think the goal for all association events is pretty similar. One is to ensure that all your members get an opportunity to connect, and physically be representing the association, as well as it also gives you an opportunity as an association admin and organizer to, make sure that these members renew their membership for the following years, as well as for the sponsors. This is the best way to be in front of these people who might be from different industries, different verticals, but they're members of this association, and this is an amazing place for them to be in front of these members. So what an app really does is it helps you, make all these things easier to access for both the members and, get the sponsors a better medium to be in front of your members. So as I already said, helps in increasing and retaining membership, obviously knowledge sharing and networking opportunities amongst the members. A great way for the members to find out, oh, who else is a member of this association. That is also a great way for these people to renew their membership. They're like, oh, wow, I didn't know this person is a member of this association. But again, I mean, like, even just holding the event, even just having an event, doesn't make sure that everybody knows who all are at the event. I mean, I might be at the event, and there must be the CEO of Hewlett Packard at the event, but I would have no ideas that that person is there until I physically see him or I can read about him somewhere. And if those things are not visible easily, then I wouldn't know that person is there. And if I really wanted to connect with him or network with him, or just connect and say hello, I wouldn't be able to do that. So what a mobile app really does, what a mobile app really does is it gives your association members that place to first of all see everybody who's attending the event. So it makes it a lot easier for them to network. It also establishes that basic confidence amongst your members that, hey, our association is progressive. Our association is progressive. We're not stuck with the basic paper and print guides, and our association is progressive. They've got a mobile app. It gives them that sense of pride, and also, it gives your sponsors as well as your organizers a new revenue stream. So, I mean, you can have sponsors via the app, on the app. You can have print, you can have full page ads, you can have banner ads, you can even have video ads with your sponsors. And I think the most important part about everything that you do via the app at an event is the data that you get back, the user and attendee behavior that you can track now, which was impossible to track. So you can see members of associations, what kind of sessions were they most interested in. You can see, okay, these are the topics our members want to learn about. you can see which exhibitors were the most visited exhibitor. So you can see, okay, these are the kind of vendors our association members want to meet. So when you're promoting membership, when you're renewing membership, you can touch on those topics because now you have that data. You know these people are interested in these topics, and you can actually, it's called hitting the pulse. You can literally hit the pulse and say, hey, our next event is going to be focused on this, attend this and that. And that helps, that helps these people understand, hey, these people are actually figuring out what we really need, and they're making an effort to, mold the association events, the association focus to topics that we're really, really interested in. And that gives them a reason to extend their membership. Also, the app is an excellent way for resource delivery. So you can have your session PowerPoints, PDFs available via the app, which is invaluable to these association members. There's a reason they're paying these membership fees. They want access to latest statistics. They want access to data that they wouldn't have access if they were not a member of this association. So if you provide that via the app, that is, again, a great way for them to have access to these things. Again, the great thing about having an app is you can make everything secure because you can block the access via login, which is impossible on a print guide because anybody can leave a print guide anywhere, and then if anybody else picks it up, he has access to everything that an association member has. So those are some of the features that make an app that much more relevant for association events and also that much more productive. So just to quickly introduce, I've just been joined by my colleague Stephen Blendon. He worked with a lot of our association clients, and Stephen will also pitch in on his valued inputs as and where it'll be necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the introduction, Varun. Yeah, I do work with a lot of associations, and one of the things that I found that's imperative for them for some of their initiatives, a lot of associations have a Go Green initiative. So, I mean, not only are you helping out with the environment by utilizing an event app, but you're also saving on cost. No longer do you have to print out these L&Ds, learning and development manuals, or PowerPoint, presentations. Now it's all available on the app, which is typically used, annually. So what that means is, whenever they do access this information, not only can they have full accessibility to these PDFs, but a real cool thing that a lot of my clients, what they like about it is they don't have to bring their notepads to these sessions, because on the PDF you can actually take notes and save the notes and email it to other members in the association, and that's one of the points that they really enjoy about utilizing an app where you can upload specific information docs.
Absolutely, thank you, Stephen. So again, I mean, like, coming back to our slide deck, so some of the points that we have mentioned over here. So these people that are coming to your association events, a lot of these people are extremely busy people who are taking time out of their extremely busy schedule to come to your association event, and they need value for that. These people don't really have time to go and search for value at your event. If they don't find it right away, they're gonna cancel that membership. They're not gonna come back to the event. I mean, if I'm a member of an association and I go to an event and I am there for a specific reason, say I'm there to learn about certain topics that I thought that association event should be covering, and I am not even able to find where those sessions are or when those sessions are, and I'm just running around like a headless chicken throughout the event, trying to figure out which session I have to go to. That kind of doesn't add that much value to my time spending away from my busy schedule at work and being at this event. So what the app does is, like, now these people are going to have access to this app in advance. They can look at the entire event schedule. They can look at all the sessions that are going to happen over there, and they can then go ahead and personalize their schedule. Now, a lot of association events also give educational credits to their attendees for attending certain sessions, and the app is, again, an excellent way of ensuring that these people actually get their association credits. So the apps can allow a secure check-in to a session, give you session attendance information, and show them instant gratification by showing them, oh, you just earned 8 CE credits or whatever amount of CE credits that they earned for that. Also, the app is an excellent way of serving surveys to these attendees. So a lot of association events need attendees to fill in certain surveys about a session before they get educational credits. Now, the traditional way has always been like people attend these events, then they get back to their office, then the event admin or organizer send them an email saying, hey, log into the SurveyMonkey survey, fill in these surveys to get your educational credits for the sessions that you attended. And everybody's like, oh my God, I just got back. I have so much backlog of work to be done. And that just keeps getting pushed. I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. And sometimes people are never able to get to it. But if you make it easy for them to do it right while they're at the session, you just pop them a beacon notification saying, hey, your survey has been uploaded to the app. Click here to do it right now, and you'll get 8C credits. He's already at the event. That is why that person is at the event. They'll do it right away. That makes it so much easier for you to get the information that you need from them. And for them, it makes their life easy, and they like it. They're like, okay, these people are making it easier for me instead of having to, go through the burden of coming back to the office and doing it. And then similarly, using push notifications for reminders, new updates. So if there is any change in the agenda or the schedule, I'm an association member. I'm also a CEO of an organization or whatever, and now I am standing outside a session which is not taking place. And I have no idea that the session got canceled. Now, what reflection do I have about this event after that? I'm like, wow, okay, I came all the way for this event, and the session got canceled. No one even told me about it, and what do I do now? So if we can push these kind of reminders and updates to attendees and tell them, okay, the session is not actually canceled, it's just rescheduled to so-and-so time. Please, at that time, you can attend the following sessions that are going on at that time which you were scheduled for this session. It makes his life easier. It's like, oh, wow, these guys already told me about it. I can do this, this, and this at that time, and I can plan my event better and things like that. So, again, it also allows two-way communication. So a lot of features that a lot of events need these days is interaction and engagement. So what an app really is, I personally think a mobile event app is an audience engagement platform, right? You want to engage with your attendees, and you want your attendees to engage with each other as well as yourself as an organizer. You want to hear from them. You want them to be able to express themselves. So the app should be able to give them those mediums to be able to express themselves. So one of the biggest and most important things is that attendees should be able to connect with each other. So ability to discover attendees is really, really important. But also the attendees should be able to communicate with organizers. One of the things that we've noticed over the years is the hardest to reach people while you're at an event are the event organizers.
Right, and a lot of times you don't even know who the organizers are.
Yeah.
And if you're having an event and there's over 300 people, it's like, where are you going to go to the registration desk, or where do I go? So within the app, there's event Q&A, which you can ask a question which goes straight to the event organizer, and they can respond to you accordingly. So I mean, it makes your life easier, and from an event organizer's perspective, it makes their life that much easier as well, because that's the last thing as an event organizer. You don't want people to come up to you and ask just random questions, because like Varun said, I mean, you have so much on your plate. So it's a lot easier to actually, field these questions, which get moderated, and you can respond accordingly to these various attendees at the event.
Exactly. And then taking it to another level, right? I mean, session Q&A. Now, I mean, people have been trying to ask questions at sessions for years using different mediums, like you will have a moderator running around with a mic, or you would have people stand up in a line, and you would have a mic placed in the middle of the hall, and people would line up, and then they would get to that mic eventually and ask a question, and then eventually some people might get cut off because the new speaker is about to come in and the session time's gotten over. Also, a lot of people hesitate in actually, standing up and asking a question. They're not sure if this question is right or not. Now, if you have an app which has a built-in audience response system, that just gives your attendees that much more, ease of, connecting with the speakers. So they're able to ask questions via the app. In Event2Mobile, we have just launched a new module which also allows attendees to use their phones as a mic, so they can actually raise their hand via their app, and the speaker will be able to see, okay, these are the people in line to ask a question. The speaker can click on the attendee's name, who he or she wants to be asking the question, and then that attendee's phone will convert into a mic, and they can speak into the mic. Everybody can hear it through the theater speakers because they're already connected to the speakers app, and it just gives them this whole new technology experience. Plus, it makes it so much easier for them not to have to line up, not to have somebody running around with a mic. Also, if you think that is also, again, something some people might even hesitate doing that and standing up because some people feel a little shy in doing it, there's an easy way to just post questions via the app. So they can just type the question and post it in, goes to the speaker, and they can just identify themselves as anonymous if they don't even want their name to be there. Again, I already spoke about polls and surveys that you can do in the sessions. So polls are such an essential part of sessions right now. So Stephen and I have a client, and I don't know if Stephen wants to talk more about that. These people are taking session polling to a whole new level. They even want people to be able to have wristbands when they say yes. The wristband should glow. Exactly.
And that's the beauty about choosing the right event application. You want an event app where you can not only have polls but fully customize your polls, whether it be radio button, a drop down checkbox, a text field box, and you want to be able to also, as an attendee, you want to see results in real time. You can see results on your phone to see what your peers, what they're polling, what are their responses. I mean, which is a phenomenal way for, the speakers to really gauge, how their session is going, as well as the attendees to see, what their peers feel about a certain subject matter.
Exactly, and that's also giving your attendees that wow experience and making them proud to be a member of this association. That pride is also something that is very important for them to renew their membership. They should feel that this association is progressive. They should feel a proud member of an association for them to go ahead and say, yes, I want to stay with this association. This gives me that feeling of achievement of being here. So those are things that really help, and a mobile app, I think, plays one of the most vital parts of such experiences. So again, we touched a little bit about networking, but I want to put more focus on networking and bring it to the forefront of our discussion. So as an association member, I think 80 to 90% of association members join associations for networking. Just for networking. Their primary reason for being a member of an association is to network with other association members. And by coming to an event, if they don't have a medium that makes this part of their event experience easy, I think there's a high chance that these people are going to drop out. These people are paying huge amounts of money as membership fees, and for a lot of them, the primary purpose of paying this is to be able to network with other valued attendees that are members of this association. Now, if I go to an event and the only way I can network with people is by, going and approaching people and saying, "Hey, I'm Jim. How you doing?" And that's not the best way for anybody to be able to network, because I mean, he or she might talk to like 100 people at an event. Out of those 100 people, 5 or 7 people might end up to be relevant to the kind of people this person wanted to meet. And that's not really a great networking experience. You might collect 100 business cards, out of which only 5 business cards might be relevant to you. And when you come back to the office, that's when you realize, okay, I thought I spoke to so many people. I was actually thinking that this event was really great for me, but when I actually looked at these business cards, out of these, only 5 people were relevant that I spoke to. Now, that doesn't give me enough value to go to this event again. First of all, I'm paying so much for the membership. Then I'm paying so much for attending this event. And then I'm doing all this expenditure on traveling to this event. Does that justify my ROI? I'm not sure.
And then again, just touching base on business cards, let's say everyone was 100% match of interest. And what happens next? Guess what? You run out of business cards. So especially with an association, you want an event app that has the technology and the capability to somewhat replace the old business card way of exchanging information. So you want an app that has, such as a QR code that is attached with each member of the association's profile. So if you do run out of business cards, you can essentially scan that attendee's QR code, and then it's automatically added to your contacts. So, I mean, you want an app where you don't even need to bring business cards, because there's certain venues where they don't even allow their members or their employees to bring business cards. So if you have a QR code within the app and you can scan and populate the contact details, I think that's huge, and that's amazing.
Exactly. I absolutely agree to that. I mean, I can't remember the number of instances when I ran out of business cards at an event, and then I've had instances where I ran to a FedEx Express at night to get my business cards printed, and the quality of those cards was not even worth distributing. So that's an excellent point. But another point is the ability for people to be able to discover the right kind of people that are at an event. So an event app should be able to give them the opportunity to find attendees, to not just find attendees by looking at the entire attendee list, but find like-minded attendees. So there should, with Event Mobile, we have a module called Matching, which actually allows attendees to set tags to their profile. So if I am there at an event and I have added to my profile tags like mobile applications, event apps, and event technology and things like that, and there is another attendee who's looking to connect with people with similar tags, and he or she has added those tags to their profile, we will get auto-match, and I will be able to see, oh, this person has the same tags as me, and now it makes it easier for me to find relevant people that I want to network with. I can click on their profile, I can view their profile. If that person seems to be the right person I want to connect with, I don't have to go around now looking for where this person is. I can just send them a message via the app. I can say, hello, I think we have a lot in common, and we're all both here at the event. Why don't we grab a quick cup of coffee and have a quick meeting? So, and then take it to another level. I mean, with Event Mobile, you can also then go ahead. If there's a mutual, feeling that, okay, you guys should meet, you can also set up a meeting from within the app. So now this is just taking this person's experience to a whole different level. Instead of going around looking for relevant people, collecting business cards, coming back to the office, figuring out who was the right person and who was the wrong person you met, and then trying to, again, establish or reestablish a connection with them because you're already in a different part of the world, and then you're giving them a call or email that, hey, let's set up a meeting. Now you're at the event. You've already found the right person for you that you want to connect with. You've communicated with them. You've sent them a meeting request, and you can actually meet at the event because the app will also reserve for you an actual booth or a table at the venue where you can peacefully sit down and have a meeting. So that makes this person's experience, I don't know how many times better than what he or she would have had if they did not have a tool like this. So that is one. And then the social, I think, is a huge part for association events. People want to see who's there. People want to see what's going on in this association. People want to see what the other association members are talking about. And people want to do that before and after the event. They want to take this communication beyond. They want to be a part. The social part gives them that sense of membership, that sense of community that would never come if they don't have a social tool or something like that where they can collaborate, they can communicate, they can express themselves, and other attendees can join in the conversation. So you can have multiple conversations, multiple valued, amazing conversations, and these can go on beyond the event as long as the association wants to keep this going. And this social can be completely secure. It can be within the app just for the association members, so external people are not able to see it, and it just gives them this amazing medium to collaborate, to converse, and to progress within the association. amazing technology. I touched base upon this when we started the conversation today, but iBeacon, I think, is gonna majorly, change the way events are run. We're already changing how they're done today, but I think the possibilities with iBeacons are so endless that, I mean, in the coming years, you're going to see radical changes in the way organizers run their event, in your event experience. I mean, iBeacons are tiny Bluetooth devices that can be placed anywhere, under a desk, under a chair, but what they do is they create their own network. So as soon as you're in the Beacons network, everybody who's in that area gets connected to that network, and you make a little small location-based network. Now, people in this network can communicate with each other. They can see who's there. You can send them focused messages for people who are in that specific location. You can send them focused messages. You can send them sponsored messages. You can send them informational messages. Also, you can collect analytic data based on the user's location on which beacon that person is connected to. So that helps you focus on where did a person go from point A to point B. What was the user's behavior during an event? How many sessions did this person attend? Which session had the highest attendance? Which session had the highest drop rate, which means like people the session started with 50 attendees, but by the end of the session there were only 5 people walking out, which means there was a huge drop at some point during the session on the number of attendees. And with the beacon data, now you can find out at what time did people leave, what was not so interesting to these people that made them leave the session and go and find a more interesting session. So as I said, proximity-based alerts, sponsor and exhibitors can promote their stalls. You can have beacons placed in exhibitor booths, gives these exhibitors a lot more value for exhibiting. They can send personalized messages to people when they're around their booth. They can invite them into the booth. If you have sponsored sessions or sponsored, lounges, when people are in that session or in that lounge, they can get a sponsor message, which can lead to the sponsored website. Again, all this data can be tracked, as well as attendees can, obviously there's full privacy options. So if attendees do not want to get like alerts and don't want other people to see where they are, they can always make themselves invisible, which is available via the Event mobile app.
One of my clients, which is a major association here in New York City, as an event organizer, they had a top-notch keynote that was coming in from JFK. So to really wow this keynote speaker, they actually placed a beacon in his limo. So by the time he got into his limo, the beacon sent him, a hyper-localized message saying, "Welcome, presenter. We look forward to having you here." And by the time he got to the event, he was just so amazed. He was like, "How did you guys even know I arrived? I didn't even text you, but you automatically knew that I was here." So I mean, you can do a lot of cool things, a lot of fun, engaging things with the beacons, as Varun touched on.
Exactly, and you can give that, again, it's all about giving that wow experience to your attendees, giving them that sense of pride of being a member of that organization, as well as adding more value to their event experience. So getting back to how you can increase revenue. So the app allows, obviously, there should be dedicated sections for your sponsors. So now, I mean, like if you've had print guides, etc. If you've had print guides, etc. in the past, I'm sure you had sponsor sections, etc., and you had sponsor ads. But was there ever really a way for you to track how many people actually viewed their ad, or how many people actually took any action by looking at their ad? How many people actually picked up their phone and called them by looking at that ad in this printed guide? There's no way for anybody to be able to track that data. Now, by having these sponsors listed on the event app, you can actually track how many clicks they got, how many people spent how much time on their app, and you can actually show this concrete data to your sponsors, and then they can, you can help renew sponsorships for the future events. There's multiple ways. You can have banner ads, you can have flash screens, you can have welcome screens, depending on the level of sponsorship, and you can give them more exposure on the app. You can even have session level sponsor logos, sponsor banners, etc. available. So really, really, really helps with streamlining revenue and increasing your revenue. And as Stephen mentioned earlier, it also, if you're going green, you can just remove printing. You can stop printing, your print guides. So you save on the printing cost, which is a huge cost. You do a favor to the environment, which helps not cut more trees, as well as you give more value to your sponsors, because now they can send push messages, they can send beacon alerts, they can send a lot of sponsored ads to their attendees. And it also helps, yourself get more branding and more visibility in front of your attendees. So you can have splash screens, you can have welcome screens, you can have a clickable welcome screen which can lead to the sponsor's website right at the launch of the app, etc. So as I said earlier, putting banners in different modules of the app in different sections, from the launch page to different sessions, to having a dedicated sponsors area, as well as people who are sponsoring different parts of the app. You can literally get every section of your app sponsored by a different sponsor and charge them extra, because people are going to see different sections at different times, and you can have them sponsored by different sponsors. I think we already covered a lot about this. In the social wall, you can have sponsored posts. That's another great way. You can have sponsored hashtags. You can allow sponsors to conduct polls within the app that will help, them gather the data that they really wanted to gather. There's a scavenger hunt option that can help you, place beacons or QR codes in strategic locations where you have sponsored banners or sponsored ads, etc., and people can walk around and look at those, etc. So already said a dedicated section for sponsors where you can have all the sponsor logos, and that can lead to their website. So some of our clients, some of our larger association and foundation clients include the likes of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They use for all their annual events, Event Mobile. It's been heavily used for social. They have used the in-app social tool heavily. They had people posting all sorts of association-related content. So one thing that the social tool really helps, guys, is not just allows people to communicate and collaborate, but it is a medium for an attendee to express himself or herself at an event. So far at events, attendees have only been forced to listen in to what the organizers want them to do, what they want them to listen to. But the social gives them a medium to express themselves. And a funny case study that comes back to my mind is at one of these events, one of the attendees was posting such amazing data to the social wall with amazing stats, with amazing references, etc. And he was getting so many followers, he was getting so many comments on his posts, and they literally became threads and threads and threads of communication, that the organizers actually invited this person as a speaker at their next event. So giving these mediums to attendees really gives them more value for being at the event. So some more association apps that we've done, and how they enhance the overall association event experience for these attendees. This is again one of our clients which we do annually, and they've been using Events Mobile like religiously for all their updates and all their one-to-one networking, etc. So this is just a list of our clients, and I mean we have tons more clients, and we would like to work with all of you, and you can reach out to me or Stephen. My email address is varun.kashiv@webspiders.com. Stephen's email address is stephen.blandon@webspiders.com. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to help you out. I would also like to open the floor for any questions for us that you might have right now. So please feel free to raise your hand. I've unmuted everybody. So if anybody has any question, they can either type it in the question bar, or they could just raise their hand and I will unmute them.
So we got a question from Amy. That's a great question, Amy. In terms of platforms, we do provide native apps for iOS, both the mobile phone as well as the iPad, the Android, Windows, and also a mobile responsive site for those of you guys who have Blackberries or have a laptop. So all platforms we do provide, native with, mobile responsive website. That was a very great question. Thank you for asking.
Thanks, Amy. I see a question coming in from John about what does a standard association event app cost and how long does it take to get it set up. So a standard association app usually costs somewhere in the range of $5,000, and it usually takes somewhere between 3 to 4 weeks for us to set it up and upload it to the app stores. Yeah, we work with a lot of association clients in crunch timings. Actually, we just working with a client that needed the app in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So
quick turnaround.
Yeah, we do a lot of association events, and we understand how association event organizers are crunched with time, and we can definitely work with you on that. Perfect. Any other questions? Support. Yeah, so Eventomobile is headquartered here out of New York City. We also have global offices if you have association events happening in different parts of the world. Like we have offices in Europe, in London. We also have a huge office in Singapore to cover APAC. And yeah, we can provide both on-site support. So we travel a lot to association events to provide on-site support. And we also have full online and telephone support medium available. So there's a lot of support because we understand we want to be a part of your team and not add to your woes when you're running an event, because we understand how crunched for time event organizers are at an event. So there's a lot of support options and available with Eventomobile. All right. Okay, I can see Eric asking, how can I do a lot? Can I set up my own apps, or if I go for multi-event, how much DIY features are available? So I'll let Stephen answer that question because Stephen is dealing with a lot of association clients. So Stephen, how easy is it to set up the apps, and if it's a multi-event app and DIY options?
I mean, it's very, very seamless. We have, our CMS is one of the most seamless CMSs out there, which allows you the capability to do a multi-event. So essentially what a lot of associations do is they'll have a fully branded association app that they can download from the App Store or Google Play, and within that app, which is a shell app, would contain multiple events. And what our CMS allows you to do is, you can fully customize each of these events and brand them accordingly. I have this one association, they have a Christmas party that's coming up. They don't have any exhibitors. The only thing they wanted to utilize it for was the social wall, iBeacon, and gamification. So with the CMS, it allows you to customize each event. So you can turn off certain modules. You can customize icons. So for that Christmas party, what they decided to do for the icons is actually have Christmas trees, reindeer, Santa Claus. So it can be a lot of fun. There's a color palette where you can actually brand each event, whether it be the top banner portion of the app to various colors, and if you want to get that exact magenta, you can also input hexacode. So it's a lot of fun, and just to touch base and support, we give you thorough training on how to utilize the CMS, but the CMS is very seamless. It's very user friendly, and it's multi-event capable.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephen. And guys, just to top it off, we'll have one last question from Roger here about analytics and reports available. So yeah, so we have a full analytic module available from within the CMS. So as an admin, you will be able to see real-time app analytics, like everything that's going on the app, like from how many sessions are being viewed, which session is getting the highest views, which speaker gets the highest ratings and views, which exhibitor is getting the most hits, and stuff like that, to all the way to detailed device analytics, which platform is being used the most, and how many app downloads, how many clicks on which sponsor, how many clicks on your exhibitor pages, or how many people actually use the app to contact people, and how much networking happens. So there's analytics. There's, I think, more than about 100 reports that are available to download from the CMS. So there's a lot of analytics and reporting available. Okay, I think we don't have any other questions. So, yep. Any other questions? Please feel free to answer now. Ask me now. Perfect. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining this webinar. Once again, the Event2Mobile team would like to wish you a very, very happy holidays and a very, very happy new year. And we look forward to connecting with you again in 2016. As I said, please feel free to contact us via our website, which is www.event2mobile.com. Or reach out directly to Stephen or myself, stephen.blandon@event2mobile.com, varun.kashyap@event2mobile.com, or you could just email us at contact@event2mobile.com, and one of our representatives will be happy to connect with you. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a very happy new year.